Alright, y'all know what time it is. Got me another beer review. This is the traditional Yingling Lager. It's an amber lager, one of America's oldest breweries. And they say it's the original amber beer. Bottom it says D.G. Yingling and Son Incorporated out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, 17901. Says it's established in 1829. I think this is a screw top. It is. Using my Sierra Nevada glass. And it's got a boo boo. Say it's got a boo boo. I don't like it. I love this glass now. So let's pour it up. I don't know the date on it. Let's see if there's a date. It's a green bottle, but have no fear. I bought it in a 12 pack, so it keeps out the light. No skunk in here, baby. Bada bing, bada bang. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot me a picture for this baby. Fix my Sierra Nevada glass. Make it all pretty. Let's see. I think it worked. I can't over impress the bugs because I end up spilling the beer. Know what I mean? Just got back from fishing. Hand smells like worms, so might need to smell the beer with my right hand. I'd be hot. Just add a little aroma to it. It's very pretty beer. I mean, I think all beers are pretty though. This is more of it is. It's a copper, copper amber. I'm seeing more of a dark copper. It looks copper to me. Nice copper, honey, gold color. Your typical off-white head. It's a little darker than off-white though. A little darker than the typical off-white. Some nice carbonation floating up in there. Good cold beer on this wonderful, beautiful Saturday evening. Perfect day for fishing. I didn't catch nothing. I got tangled up. Got tangled up twice, so I decided to put a bobber on there. And then I thought, hey, let me cast under this tree limb. Maybe they're under there. I cast it under the tree, all right, right into the tree limb. Lost everything. But see, nobody wants to get drunk and get loud. Everybody wants to go back home. Anyways, to the beer. Smells like corn syrup. I'll tell you what it smells like. It smells like a Miller High Life. Corn syrup. I can't really smell malted barley, oddly enough. And this is America's oldest brewery, so I don't know why it should be smelling corn syrup. I'm smelling worm. Let me change hands. Yeah, that hand's clean. If I'm smelling any malt, it's so faint that I'm just not picking it up. I think I may be picking it up a little bit, but it's more adjunct. Okay, yeah, I'm finally getting the malted barley. Had to really snort it, like you got some fresh Colombian. Yeah, I'm getting it. So I'm getting more of corn syrup and a very faint malted barley on there. Let's just dive in. The taste is like Miller High Life. Everybody's had Miller High Life. I know you've had it. It tastes like Miller High Life, except way less carbonated than Miller High Life. Miller High Life is a champagne of beers, and it looks like champagne in a glass. You pour it up, and you get that champagne effect. But not just that, though. This has a little more hop presence in the flavor, more so than the High Life. And also, I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but I'm going with it. Y'all know how a lot of these skunky beers in the green bottles, how the flavor goes with the smell. This beer don't smell skunky, but it's got that skunk flavor. Now, you know what the skunk comes from. It's that reaction with the green bottles. When the light comes through it, it has a reaction with the yeast strain, if I remember correctly. I ain't no genius. I ain't no teacher. I love my beer, though. The aftertaste is malted barley. So it's very rounded out. It's like they rounded out between the hops, adjunct, and malted barley. So it's a very rounded beer. But as soon as it hits your mouth, though, it tastes just like Miller High Life. Just not as bubbly. I almost get, with aftertaste, I almost get a little bit of caramel. Like maybe a caramel malt. Very respectful beer. I mean, you gotta respect it for what it is. Man came all this way from nothing. Excuse me. I will say this. It's much better in a keg. Excuse me. It's been what? Back when I worked at Budweiser, that was several years ago. Stopped by a bar afterwards and I had it on draft. I loved it on draft. Loved the far out of it. So if it makes sense, yeah, it has that kind of a skunky taste, or kind of, or if you didn't want to call it skunky, you could call it flat. You know how like when a Coke goes flat, it has that particular flat flavor. I think it's flavor. Gives off a flat flavor. Flavor. It gives a flavor too, but. It's not something I'd buy all the time. I'll at least buy it once a year, maybe. I recommend everybody that hasn't tried it, try it at least once. You gotta at least have it, at least for the sake that it's the America's oldest brewery. So for that sake, have it. The original amber lager, they would, I wouldn't call it amber in color, but experience it. I know I said it has a high life flavor, but it still has its own characteristics. And everybody should try it at least once before they die. Period. You know, this is just one of those beers. Okay, I see it's a date on here, and I can't read it. They got the eagle on there. Excuse me, got a nose itch. When drinking it, I wouldn't give it a big sniff while drinking it if you got worm and fish on your hand. Y'all that go fishing, it takes more than 5 times of washing your hands to get that smell off there. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. I ain't gonna end this video until I finish my beer. I never do it. Sure, I did pause the video, figured out how to do that, but not today. And at that, I want to say, cheers. America, heck yeah. hmm It's got its own. Another thing I want to point out that I think is contributing to this different taste is the water source. I don't know where the water. I guess I don't know what kind of water they use. Um, I'm sure the water that they use has a lot to contribute to the way it tastes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Take it with a grain of salt. Cheers, y'all. Peace.